Welcome back, everybody. We're looking at the Hasek division this time. Mario's still with me. He's been talking a lot the whole time. It hasn't just been me. He's been saying quite a bit, and honestly, very insightful things. You're just gonna have to take my word on that one. But let's start. Boston, Big Cats. They're an old team. They went 12-15 in season 1. Same squad. I kind of like them. Good top 6. Good centers 1 through 4. Especially Nyquist on the first line. I like that two-way game up front. Win those face-offs. Varlamov and Fox, good point scorers. Yeah, I like them. I like their defense. Markstrom Granlund is a good top pair, anchor pair. Granlund in particular, reliable. You want a good, strong defensive presence. I would like to see a two-way instead of a DFD, but I think it works. I think it's fine. Goalie is good. Lamico is not going to be, elite superstar level, but I like Lamico. Sim does not like this team. I don't know that I see them making the playoffs, but I see them improving from 12-15. And I didn't mention it before. Season is 60 games, I think, this time. Bigger sample size. We'll see if that changes any of the outcomes. But over 60 games, I see this team being around middle of the pack. Maybe a little bit better than that if their depth scoring comes online, which I don't expect. Sorry, Boston. Moving on. Defending champs, okay? Exciting stuff. The Buffalo Bears, the Baby Bears, to be precise, okay? These guys went 19-8 in season 1. They had the best special teams. They won best in the league, and then in the playoffs, they won the playoffs. This is top to bottom the same squad, no changes. They have a good top 6. First line, two-way center, Nick Vernon, great. That's who you want up front. This team spent its points wisely, in my opinion. This is something that I wish other teams would have thought about or done, but Vernon is in control at center. He's winning faceoffs. His line mates are not nearly as valuable point-wise as other line mates in the league, but they're complementary roles, and having a sniper or a playmaker able to make an offensive play off of Vernon, it's proven it works. Now, over the longer sample size, we'll see, like I said, but second line, good second line. These guys are good. Third line was where all their value came from last time. I don't want to say all the value, but Iginla was the points leader, almost. He was the team points leader. He wasn't the league points leader, but third line, and he's low end value, but he got massive return. That's kind of the secret sauce, and I think he had a lot of that on the power play. But look, these guys are I like these guys. Defense, Neil and Ullmark, solid straight up front. This is, I think, it's like a kind of middle of the road defensive here, but it's solid. The defense core in general is solid, and they have a really good goaltender. The way that these top two lines spend less, they put that money into the goaltending, and it paid off big time. This was the best goalie in the league last year. Is it going to stay that way this time? I don't know. The sim likes them. I think the sim is gonna look for them to replicate. I think that you never know what's gonna happen. I like their chances. I'm picking them for playoffs. I would lock them in, but I don't know. I've seen it before. Nobody else has, because I'm the only person who wastes their time doing this. Next up, Idaho. The Idaho Dutes. They're an old team. Played last year. 16-11, made the playoffs, lost early. They have very few holes up and down the lineup. It's a solid, lines 1 through 4. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's skating together. The fourth line, I like a lot. I think this is a good scoring depth line, kind of hidden in there. They're going to win matchups against other fourth lines. The whole team in general is not flashy. It's very much no superstars, everyone gets to work, share the burden. And that's good. Defensively built. Anderchuk brothers, you know, who doesn't love the Anderchuk brothers? Defense, solid. Nemesnikov, one of the best defensemen in the league, Season 1. This guy is good. He can move the puck. Skinner's good. This team doesn't overly rely on defensive defensemen, and I think that's a strength that it has. Overall, I like these defenders here. They're solid. Goaltending's weak, but you have a tandem, so if Ozhiganov starts to struggle, you switch it over to Weber. Weber takes over. You know, you can ride either one of these guys if you need to. They spent on both, and that's, you know, it's one way to do it. I think that they got good chances to replicate their success from Season 1. The Sim thinks that they will. I think they're not going to make the playoffs, but they'll be close. I think this will be an upper middle team. Moving on. The Kingston Olafs. Weird. This is the weird award from Season 1. Strange team. They went 7-20, so it was a mess. Not a good team. But I'm gonna put it out right now. They killed it in the preseason, and the Sim loves these guys. Maybe that's because goalie rotations are more frequent in the preseason, so you're not facing top talent all the time. But these guys were able to score, and that's something they were not able to do at all. Season 1, the puck was in their zone. They could not get it out. They faced the most shots in the league. The goalies got caved in. Peterka was easily had the most shots against it by hundreds. And something about so far, it's not happening again, and they're finding success. Well, let's look through their roster here. Forwards. It's balanced 1 through 4. Each line has a 3 and 2 1s. The first line, scoring line. Second line, kind of a defensive line. A little bit of a mess. I don't like this line. Third line, a little bit of a mess. I don't like this line. I don't like Kane. I would like Kane to go down for Eriksson. I would like that a lot better. But I didn't draw it up. It wasn't my team. None of them are my team, to be fair. I'm just facilitating all the freaks out there. So, good fourth line. I like Nylander. The problem with these lines, you know, 1-3-1, 3-1-1, 1-1-3, 1-3-1, they don't have good scoring. These lines against actual goalies and not backups, I think they're going to have a tough time, and they're going to regress. But the Sim is confident in them. We'll see how that goes. The defensemen, I like these defensemen a lot. A lot of DFDs, not my favorite thing. I think Malone is actually an enforcer. I'll have to check that. But Young, really good defenseman. I like Calvert, really good defenseman. Goalie, Peterka could be good. He has never been good, but he could be. And is this the year? If you're an Olafs fan at home and you just bought your brand new Olafs jersey, you're telling yourself that Peterka could do it. And I don't want to snuff your flame on the candle. I think you might be right. The Sim thinks you're right. I think you might be right. I wouldn't bet on it. I see the value in the defense. I think it translates better this year, but I don't think this team makes it above 50-50. I think they're a sub 500 team. Let's see a new team. The New England Nonas, okay? We went last year's weird team. There's more weird teams this time, and that's good. I like that. This is one of the weirder ones. And let's go over why. Forwards. Desjardins, Lemeru, Ferraro. This is a really good top line. They're going to score a lot. A 92 superstar, okay? This is another superstar. We had 0 superstars Season 1. This is what, the 4th one? This guy, he's going to score a lot. Desjardins, he's going to score a lot. Ferraro will help these two score. he might score a little bit, they bounce it off his ass or something. But you know what? That's good. That's value. Second line, a mess. Awful. Bad line. Third line, even worse. Horrendous line. Maybe, I think this is the least valued worst line in the league, probably. Well, that's not true. There's definitely a worse line coming up, but we'll get to that when we get to that. This line is bad. For a third line especially, this is bad. Fourth line, not good. This is literally one team, or a team with one line and 3 lines of passengers. And hey, if you think that's all you need, that's all you need. In the defense, it doesn't get much better. All are ones. Minimum value right here. Passengers. Shesterkin, passenger. Hightower, passenger. Steele, passenger. This team should have been called the Trains because everyone on this team is a passenger. Except for Yerabek. Okay, 97. This is the first and only time someone has spent full value 20 on a goalie. And this guy, he didn't sim great, okay? The value looks really bad. I'm not going to dissuade people from doing this in the future. I think it's fun. I think it's because the D-core is trash and 90% of the offense is trash. Stefanski and Yerabek just cannot weather the storm, and they're getting caved in, sort of like the Olafs were last year. If these guys do anything, it's going to be off of his back, and I think they won't be anything but bottom feeders. The sim agrees with me, or I agree with the sim, I guess. Either way, I really want to see these guys play. They only spent on 5 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything else is minimum value. And look, points for creativity, but points for creativity don't get you in the playoffs. Let's go to the next team. The Omaha Honey Badgers. This is a new team. They are a middle of the road team. Up and down the forward lines. It's good centers. I like the centers. You notice a pattern. I do not like enforcers. I don't like this right wing. Dahlstrom, he should be down here or here. But it's not the end of the world. You got a 2-way center to go with your enforcer. I can at least get behind that a little bit as a defensive line. Now, if you're going to do that, I might switch Langkow and Carroll and get your playmaker up there on the top line, because I think these guys can be good. I think this top line can do something. Bottom line, I see a little bit of value in the bottom 6, not that much. Abisher, good defenseman. I like him. Overall, this defensive core is decent, solid, no problems really. Goaltending, good. Sjostrom, he could be great. He could be good. He could be bad. These guys are going to make him better. He will be good, is my prediction. This team is going to probably hang around middle of the pack. If they do anything beyond 500, it's going to be on Sjostrom. And they spent a little on Vetrano. I think that extra goalie value will help. If you're going up against a team that's also resting their goalie, you go from looking worse. If you have a backup, now you're in the driver's seat. If your goalie's better than them, that's good. And if you spent minimum on a backup, you have a 70, 75 is the next tier up. You're giving yourself a chance. And I like that the team is looking for value in that way. This is a little smart way to spend your money, but we'll see how much it really moves the needle. Speaking of needles, we got the rusty nails. Okay, these guys. Weird. New team. This is every forward is a 1. It's a 2-way forward, and every one is a 1. I don't understand it. Like, I think they're good defensively, actually. I don't understand is how it's working. Okay, I thought this would be trash, but these guys can get it done somehow. The defensemen, are all DFDs. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. They're getting it done. Kozlov 90 goalie. This is a team that is completely stacked on the back end and completely caved in up front. If they can score at all in the long run, I'd be surprised. Again, like going up in the preseason, you're not always facing a starter. They're feasting off of bad goalies. When they go up against other 90s and 85s, maybe they're going to run into trouble. I'm not sold on them. But you know what's weird? This is the Sim's favorite team. The Sim loves this team. They just destroy everybody, and they score a lot. And I don't understand why. It might be something to do with just like so many 5s for your defensemen. They're just shooting from the point, and these guys are just like banging in rebounds or setting up screens. You don't need to be a 5 to screen the goalie, you know? It's working. I don't know why. I'm not sold on them. If they're going to go far, they need to actually score in a real goalie, and I'll wait till I see that before I fully invest in these guys. I see them being a bad team. I thought they might have been the worst team coming into the league. The Sim seems to think that they could be the best. We'll see. And last in the Hasek division, what I think is maybe actually the worst team is the Tennessee IceHawks. I don't want to be mean, okay? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying on paper. Too many enforcers up and down the lineup. This second line. No. Don't put a sniper with 2 enforcers. Don't spend money on that sniper and put him with 2 enforcers. Don't spend money on an enforcer. Especially on the second line. I don't like this. Third line enforcer center. I don't like it, but it's better. Better than this. I think this team is going to run into a lot of scoring trouble and a lot of defensive trouble. They're going to get penalties. They don't have great defensive-minded players to weather that storm. They got a couple, but I don't think they got enough. They don't have anyone. The only one sniper on the team, okay? One sniper on the team, and he's paired up with the 2 clunkiest meatheads out there. Outside of the power play, where he's separated, hopefully, from these guys, he's not scoring. He's doing nothing. He's doing everything he can to keep from drowning when he's on the ice. I kind of like this 4th line though, but you don't want the best part about your team to be the 4th line. Defense is middle of the road. A lot of enforcers on the defense as well, and that's just, I think it's not going to work. Goaltending, similar to Alaska, it's just not good enough of a goalie to deal with this many penalties. That's a penalty coming at least once a game, at least once a game, at least once a game, at least once a game. If you're dealing with 4 to 5 shorthanded, attempts per game, Condra is not going to weather that storm. But, I don't want to be mean after I've just been mean. It's just, this isn't going to cut it. The Sim is low on them. I agree with the Sim. I think this is a bottom feeder. I think this could be the worst team in the league. Mario also thinks so, but you never know with that little guy. He loves to just... He's... I didn't want to be mean. Mario likes to be mean. If this was all up to him, he'd be mean to every team, just because he doesn't like anybody. But anyway, thanks for listening. That was part 2. The season preview for the CHL Hasek division. So, yeah, that's all the season previews done. Who would have thought that I could do that? Speak to myself and Mario for, 20 minutes? I mean, you add them together, it's more than that. Mario, do you have something to say? Are you speaking? Well, you heard it from him, I hope. He said goodbye. And I'm inclined to agree with him. Goodbye.